This week on the News at Rider, Sean Kingston burns up the stage in the SRC.
Campus goes from cranberry to green.
And the Rider News takes a trip to Terhune Orchards.
Stay tuned for all this and more on the News at Rider.
Welcome to the News at Rider. I'm Dalton Karwacki.
And I'm Jeanette Rnicki. Rider held its fall concert this past Thursday. The concert featured Sean Kingston, Nina Sky, and Livy Frank. Our own Gina Grasso sat down with Sean Kingston. Here's more.
Hey Rider, Gina Grasso here with Sean Kingston backstage. How you doing?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So I think it is safe to say that you have burnt down the house tonight. How do you feel after that performance?
Oh, I feel good. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? The crowd was, I love the crowd. Energy crowd, you know what I'm saying? They had a lot of energy, energized. It was beautiful, man. Just see all the people singing the songs. So, you know, it's a blessing.
Well, that's really cool. And you're also involved with a philanthropy, DoSomething.org. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, DoSomething.org is a charity that I'm with. It's me and Do Something at VH1. It's about just letting kids know how big music is and to telling everybody in colleges and, you know, all around to just enroll into the music and get involved. It's really big, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of kids that are out there that got talent. That's really got real talent. That's you know, lost, and they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be able to do. So that's just encouraging them, motivating them. You know what I'm saying? Being like a little inspiration to get them on the right track.
Okay, and I'm going to change pace a little bit. Beautiful girl. It's about beautiful girl. Do you have a beautiful girl in your life right now?
No, I'm single. Beautiful girls to me is music right now, my career. No girl, focus. I don't have time. I hardly have time to go to the bathroom, much less for me to be on a conversation, you know, talking like a girl or something like that. Nah.
All right, well, we are going to give you that time to take a breath and have a breather.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. For Rider University, this has been Gina Grasso.
To see more of the interview with Sean Kingston, stay tuned to the Rider University Network.
During the past weeks, students in a number of residence halls, as well as students in some Greek houses, have noticed an abundance of ladybugs crawling around. It has been said that the reason for this was the recent warm spell that hit campus, but when it got cold, the ladybugs migrated indoors. There is no cause for alarm on this issue.
If you walked near Daly's this past Wednesday, you probably noticed a few furry friends outside. Rider held its biannual Pet Therapy Day to give students a break from the anxiety of the approaching midterms. Our Rider News team experienced all the fun.
Pet therapy we have once a semester. I think this is the 8th annual Pet Therapy Day. We bring in dogs and different animals from different organizations around the area and just come in. We think it's a good day for the students to come out and have some fun and relax with some dogs. I think definitely the kids get stressed out at midterm time. Some of the kids miss their pets from home, so it's good for them to come out and get to you know, see the dogs. A lot of the kids say that they miss their pets from home, so I think it helps them to relax and, you know, puts a little brightness in their day.
I had been reading about it, and I actually read about Emma, who is here today, a black lab, who reads to children at the library. And I'm a child psychologist, and I have kids who are afraid of dogs. And I thought, well, when I get a dog, I would like to train the dog so that it's really calm, and anyone could pet it and have fun with it.
Come out for the next Pet Therapy Day. It'll be in the spring semester, and this is all run by the Counseling Center, which is at the Zollner House, which is at the front of campus. So feel free to contact us at any time.
For more information about Rider University's counseling services, please visit the Zollner House or dial extension 5157.
The filmmakers of Fuel visited Rider's campus on Wednesday. The film is about America's dependence on foreign oil. Here's JT with more on the story.
Today is actually National Campus Sustainability Day. We celebrated last year and our theme was water, so we did a whole event around water. And this year our committee decided to do an event around energy. And I had heard about the Fuel film and contacted their organization and was able to get the film and the filmmakers to come. They're actually coming later today to speak and do a whole multimedia presentation. And along with the film and the filmmakers, we were able to get their bus here, the Big Green Bus. They have other vehicles in their fleet, and they were supposed to be here, but they weren't able to. So we're glad to have this vehicle.
Hi, and welcome to the Big Green Energy Bus. This is a mobile energy classroom, and it's a growing laboratory for developing emerging technology and sustainability. So in other words, 1 month we could have one kind of solar panel on the roof, and then we've actually planned the bus so that as technology emerges, we can change out what's on the bus for whatever is new and whatever's being developed. So really it's a rolling showcase for the best that's out there to offer. Here we have an HD television, and you'll notice it's not giving off any heat. This is not an LCD television. This is an LED, light emitting diode television. So it only uses about somewhere between 180 and 250 watts. So it's like a few light bulbs instead of like a small air conditioner like you would see in a standard HD TV.
And what this stuff is just cultured algae. It's just algae growing in these little vials of water, and just grows on water and air. And what they then do is they extract the vegetable oil out of the algae, and they make this out of it, which is gasoline. So rather than being made from petroleum products, it's just made from vegetable oil, extracted from algae, which is an excellent source of vegetable oils. And you can make anything from diesel fuel to jet fuel to gasoline out of it. And Sapphire Energy makes this algae-based gasoline.
Green crude could potentially replace petroleum. So if you take CO2 being emitted from a factory out of a smokestack, and yes, that's our interpretation of smoke coming out of a smokestack, then you can pump that through a circulating algae pond where you would grow microalgae. That's this stuff right here. You notice I have the cap off the top so that the algae can breathe. It's a lot like having a plant in your house. So you grow the algae, you process it into green crude. That's this stuff right here. What do you say, you want to sniff? Doesn't necessarily smell good, but it's a lot better than petroleum. And it's non-toxic, and you can grow it right here in America.
This is the good stuff right here. This is B99, 99% pure biodiesel made by Hero BX, which is based out of Erie, Pennsylvania. And this is the diesel fuel that we run our bus on, which is it's a clean fuel. It has puts 80% less particulate carbon into the atmosphere.
So there are 16 solar panels on the roof, and they are connected to this solar power system. Solar power comes in to this DC box, goes to this charger, and then maintains our reservoir of electricity through these batteries down here. When we need to run 120 or regular household power, the power comes through these two massive inverters into this breaker box, which is just like any old plug that you'd see in your house. And that's the power that runs throughout the bus. Now, as a backup, we also have a biodiesel powered generator that can sustain all the items on the bus, as well as charge up the batteries. If we're running, say if we're running a small rock concert at night, then we'll probably fire up the generator. Here we have an LED light bulb that's only pulling 9 watts. So what LED technology is really doing is you're getting the same amount of light for 1/6 of the power without any of the mercury. And these are good for about 2,000 operating hours. That doesn't mean 2,000 hours you own a light bulb and it goes bad. Really what that means, you could leave it on for 2,000 hours and they guarantee it won't die out.
If you would like to know more, please visit www.thefuelfilm.com.
Rider students involved in the Bonner Scholars Program recently visited the East Trenton Center, which is the home of the Trenton Area Habitat for Humanity. They have formed a partnership with the organization and plan to help build homes for the needy and participate in their community service activities. This goes along with one of the university's core values: leadership is derived from service to others.
On Monday, war child Emmanuel Jal, originating from Sudan, spoke for one of Rider's Unity Days. Gina Grasso sat down with him. Let's see what he has to say.
Emmanuel Jal joined Rider University to speak of his life growing up in Sudan. This has inspired him to raise awareness regarding unity and equality. When you were in Sudan, your father was part of the Sudan People Liberation Army.
Yes.
And then he passed away while he was fighting in the army, or?
My father is alive. The one who's confirmed dead is my mom.
Your mother is. And what happened with that?
My mother, we got separated in one village attack, and so I never heard from her. And then I just heard she died, so I never knew how she died.
And were you fighting in the army during that time, or were you just at home?
That time I was a kid. I think the war started when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
And so I grew into it, 4 or 5. As I could remember, my memories could go up to when I was 5, up to when I was 7, yeah.
And today with your music, how are you trying to promote unity and good, and how is this going to affect children and cultures today?
What I'm doing is just basically like what America did, bringing the neighborhood into the mainstream. So what I'm doing is I travel to schools, I tell my story, hoping to raise a generation of conscious people, young people or students, so when they go to power, when they're at the workplace, probably I've touched somebody's heart, because I believe in people. If you touch somebody's heart, they'll carry something for passion and do it for long term. If you only touch their mind, they'll do it temporary. And so I feel like if I go, somebody listen to my story, or listen to my music and anything, and if I touch their life, they're not going to think about me. They're going to think about many people who are there. And it's to write a generation of people who care. And if they're in power, they can do something about it.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was great meeting you.
Awesome, madam.
You have a phenomenal story, to say the least, but what you're doing now is fantastic. On behalf of the university, we would like to thank Emmanuel for joining us to tell his story. For News Eye Rider, this has been Gina Grasso.
To learn more about Emmanuel Jal, visit emmanueljal.org.
This week, some members of the Rider University Network staff took a trip to Terhune Orchards to get into the fall spirit. Here's Alyssa Wakefield with more.
Hey Rider, if you're looking for something fun to do in the fall season, head over to Terhune Orchard in Lawrenceville. Terhune Orchard has a variety of great activities for Rider students. You can participate in pumpkin picking at Terhune's very own pumpkin patch, scramble through the orchard's corn maze, then head over to the petting zoo to feed the animals. The orchard shop is where you can purchase many novelties such as decorative pumpkins, fresh produce, and delicious baked goods. Don't forget to take a stroll through the orchard's adventure zone. Too lazy to pick your own pumpkin? There are plenty of already picked pumpkins and gourds right outside of the shop. But stop by quick because the season is ending soon. For the News at Rider, I'm Alyssa Wakefield.
Terhune Orchards is located at 330 Cold Soil Road in Princeton and is open every day from 9 to 6.
That's all the time we have for today. I'm Dalton Karwacki.
And I'm Jeanette Renicky. See you next time on the News at Rider.
Have a great day.